Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I got some under eye patches going on. That's because I'm going to show you how to do makeup with an eye patches on. But that's not why we're here today. Today we are here to follow a Pinterest picture eye makeup tutorial using ABH Sultry. As you can see, she's pretty loved. I love her. She's very pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and insert a video clip of the tutorial and we'll get started. Okay guys, this is the Pinterest post we are following for this eye makeup tutorial using the ABH Sultry palette. Okay, so step one is using colors 1 and 2, which are Birch and Twig. So this is Birch right here. It doesn't even tell you what brushes to use, so we're gonna hope for the best. Birch and Twig, and 1 and 2 are going directly into the crease. So I guess we'll just dip into both of them. It doesn't specify. We're just gonna pop, you know what? We're gonna take some Morphe eyelid primer and I'm just gonna warm that up on the back of my hand using my ring finger. I'm going to put this all over my eye lid. I'm gonna take these off. I'm sorry guys, I can't. It gives me anxiety having something on my face when I'm doing makeup. Okay, so the whole reason I personally like to use eyelid primer over a concealer is because your eyes are naturally oilier than the rest of your face. Like your eyes just produce more oil. And concealer is not necessarily going to keep your makeup in place. I mean, it will, but it's not gonna do it as well as something that is designed for your eyelids. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Okay, so we have officially primed our eyelids. I like the Morphe one because it's translucent. It's gonna grab that product, but it is not going to add pigment. So we have dipped into Birch and Twig, and judging by this photo, I just went straight in on the crease. So we're gonna start on the outside corner because it's a picture and doesn't tell you anything. So I'm gonna go with what I know, and I'm gonna lightly start on the outside corner here, and I'm gonna press this pigment. I'm using a JS5, by the way. This is from the Jeffree Star Morphe collab, and I'm just gonna, in circular motions, blend this all over my crease. And it does appear that it was brought up, so we're gonna do that. And I think we're gonna need to grab more product. I like to start with little product, and if I need more, I can add more. So we're just going in windshield wiping motions here, hoping for the best. And when I have very little product on my brush, I'm gonna start bringing it up towards the brow bone. Maybe they didn't use a primer. I'm thinking they didn't use a primer. Because this is a lot more pigmented on me than it is in their picture. Maybe it's because they didn't use a primer. This is why we use primer, guys. I look ridiculous. Okay. It's fine. we're gonna do the other eye. Same thing we did on the other eye. We're gonna pat it in and then we'll blend. Notice how I'm holding the brush. I'm holding it towards the end of the brush. That gives me more control of the pressure that I apply. It's it every time I sit down to film, they decide to do yard work. So now I'm going back into these two colors because one eye looks slightly darker than the other eye, and I'm not having that. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Okay, so step 2 goes into shade 3. Okay, so shade 3 is dystopian. So they're just going straight in. Okay. Take a little bit of dystopian. Yeah. Because they just pop it in the crease. Okay, we're going in with dystopian. And we're just gonna go in windshield wiping motions back and forth with dystopian. I literally put like barely any on my brush because it almost appears like they didn't put any on their brush at all. Okay. Like literally I put barely any. Okay, I guess we're going straight into, we're gonna get a pencil brush ready because I already know I'm gonna need it. We're gonna take a JH41 and we're gonna go into shade 4, which is Teak. And we're just gonna put that all over our lid. Okay. Okay, so they use a flash, which is making their colors appear a different shade. And that's a problem with, that's one of the problems with these picture tutorials, is when they use a flash, it changes the colors of the shadow. So keep that in mind, because in this picture, shade 4 almost looks more like steampunk, which is that gold, than it does teak, which is a bronze. So keep that in mind. That also explains why their shadows in the crease look substantially lighter. But we're going with it. And we're just putting teak all over our lid. And I'm going back in with that JS5 and I'm just softening those edges. Okay. Next, we're taking, for step 4, we are taking, oh wow, there's a lot happening in step 4, y'all. So step 3 was just putting this on my lid. Step 4 has 4 steps. The first step, we're gonna take Pearl on a JH39. This is Pearl right here. And we're gonna pop that on the inner corner. I'm gonna have to go over this once we put our makeup on. It's meant to be our inner corner highlight. And then we go into shades 3, 2, and 1. And I think it's supposed to be in that order. So I'm gonna take that JH39. In shade 3 was Dystopian. And I'm gonna run that along my lower lash line. And then shade 2 is Teak, or Twig, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna go in with a Morphe pencil brush. I'm gonna go into Twig. And kinda soften up Dystopian. And then shade 1 is Birch. There's a lot going on in this tutorial. Okay, so before we move on to step 5 and 6, which is just mascara and lashes, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and I will be right back. Okay, so we are back. I zoomed y'all in closer and we are gonna finish this look. I went ahead and I applied some false lashes. These are Fatal, I don't remember. These are from Fatal Beauty, my cute little lash book. These are the style #Kylie. I will insert a link down below where you can purchase Fatal Beauty lashes. I love them, easy to apply, the band is amazing. All right, they're a little uneven right now. It's because I got bokeh glue on this one, on my actual lashes. So this one looks a little bit fuller than this one because, you know, my actual lashes are glued to the lashes. It happens. Okay, so for my face, I didn't prime because I had just super moisturized. And then on top of that, I was using the Stila Skin Souffle, Skin Lingerie Souffle, whatever it's called. I was using that as foundation today, and it's very light coverage. I just wanted to make sure that I had some coverage. Blush, I use my Soap and Glory Pink Pop Pearl. You know, I love this. Has some sheen to it. It's very, very pretty. Blends out effortlessly. It's just, it's very pretty. Can you even see? There it goes. Very, very pretty. And then I threw on some Jeffree Star Fully Nude Velour Liquid Lip. Also very pretty. And then I did my brows with the e.l.f. brow pomade. I contoured with my Laura Mercier cream contour kit. I used my Pretty Vulgar Undercover Concealer in Little White Lies. Hey, I said it right this time. I always want to say Pretty Little Liars. And then I threw on some Wet n Wild Moon Tears liquid Moon Tears powder, loose powder highlight. Ugh, that shine. I can't. I just can't. Okay. And then I set my face with the Too Faced Do You setting powder. I'm still trying to figure out if I like it. I love the smell. I like the fact that I look glowy and healthy. But I don't like how shiny I am. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna finish this look. So I have you up close and personal. Let's finish this look. Okay, so we're gonna take clean it off first. We're gonna revisit step 4, which was the under eye and the inner corner. So we're gonna take a JH39. We're gonna go into Pearl again. If I can find it, there it is. That one's embarrassing. We're gonna pop her on our inner corner here. Okay, and then for the under eye, it went 3, 2, 1. So literally on there it says 3 + 2 + 1. So we're gonna go into Dystopian again and get nice and close to our lash line. And I said it before, the problem with these picture tutorials is they use a flash when they take these pictures. So it makes the shades appear lighter than they really are. Like in these pictures, you'll see. Well, you saw earlier. Like shade 4, which is on our lid, looks more gold. And in actual palette, Tweak is actually more bronze. Or teak, not tweak. Wow. Like that's teak. So, and then on here, it actually appears like they're using steampunk in all seriousness. But, okay, so we're gonna go into Twig, that brown, and Birch. We're gonna go into both of those, and we're gonna smoke out this lower lash line here. Preferably without making a giant mess. See, I just feel like it doesn't look right. Whatever. Alright. Step 5 calls for pearl on our brow bone. Okay. We're gonna go into pearl. I'm gonna pop her on our brow bone. Alright, I'll let y'all be the judges. I feel like I'm gonna zoom you out. So this is the finished look. Step 6 was literally just lashes, and I put lashes on already. I'm not. I'm sorry, I can't stop looking at it. And I've said it like 5 times already. My issue with these picture tutorials is they use a flash, and then they don't show what brushes they use. They don't show, like for step 1, for example, it called mixing twig and birch on your crease. It didn't say whether they mixed it or they went 1 and then 2. It didn't specify all of that. It doesn't say what kind of brushes they use. It doesn't say any of that. And I personally, I mean, it's a pretty look, but they could have done better. Not with the look. Like, the look itself is pretty, but explaining it step by step, they could have done better. Even if you're just using a picture, you could have said, step 1, we're gonna go mix these 2 shades, or we're gonna go with it from this shade, and then step 2 is this shade, and then step 3 is this shade. It didn't do all that. Especially for the lower lash line for step 4, it just says 3 + 2 + 1. Okay, did you mix all of them? Because not everyone who sees these has been doing makeup for a long time and is super comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, tutorials are meant for people who are trying to experiment with a new look. So, also in the last picture, it appears like she has eyeliner on. There's no step with eyeliner. Just saying. Okay. That is all for this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see me attempt more of these god-awful creations, pick a palette. And if I don't have that particular palette, I will find the closest one I can. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.